Hey everybody, it's episode 52 of Beers in the Lot. In this episode, we hit on Mike Lange's retirement and a couple of the other announcers that we have known over the years throughout the league. We also talked about a little bit of gambling, a little bit of playing the ponies, a little bit of sports book betting, and we talked about Nathan MacKinnon going off the rails on his teammates over cookies. So let's get to it. What fine beverage are you drinking tonight there, Johnny?
I am drinking from Devil's Backbone in the great state of Virginia, Vienna Lager. It's actually pretty good. I remember having this quite a few times over the years, so never been disappointed. What about you, Aaron?
I have an old-time favorite, the Miller Lite, in the rocket ship 16-ounce can.
Great taste, less filling. You're there.
That's right.
I thought I heard the distinctive ripping sound of those stupid caps that they put on those.
The safety seal, yeah.
Yeah. Rip.
What you got there, Daniel?
I have a Brewdog, or it's by Brewdog, Hazy Jane, New England style IPA. Pretty good. Pretty good. What do you got, Riggs?
I have from Three Floyds, Cheer Team Double IPA.
Oh,
Yeah. Three Floyds. It smells amazing. Smells
does it
great.
taste amazing?
Oh yeah. It's very good. All their stuff's good.
Cleanses the palate. I was trying to go light tonight. It is a 7.2 though. But last night I had 3 8% and then 2 other beers. I was fucked up. I woke up, my head, oh my god, my head felt like it was pounding.
Well, the game times last night were all weird, right? Like you guys
Yeah,
played
they
at
were.
7:30 and we didn't play until 8:30. So
Yeah.
there was an hour break. Oh boy.
We were out in the lot about 45 minutes into hanging out in the parking lot, and we're all like, if anybody wants a blue light, you better get one because they're almost all gone. The second game's not even out yet.
It's great.
Or one of the guys opened up the cooler and was like, quick, get your blue lights so they don't get any.
Riggs is like, that's fine. I'll just get my snake dog.
Yeah, I'm good. I like blue lights, but after Sunday nights, I like Snake Dog.
I had a couple of them tropical truths,
Oh yeah.
and I chased it down with a bloodline.
Oh boy. That, yeah. So yeah.
It's nice when you don't have to drive.
Yeah.
When you get dropped off at your house.
Danny's got a steep driveway, though. Hopefully, he has him right at the garage.
John, that's not your normal backdrop. Where are you?
I am in the glorious state of Virginia for a work trip. So,
Okay. Hotel Wi-Fi. We'll see how this goes.
yeah.
Good luck.
Godspeed.
God's thoughts and prayers.
Did you guys see that Mike Lange is retiring after 50 years? The Pens?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was doing radio, right?
Yeah.
He was doing home radio this past only home games, and he was like splitting them with Josh Getzoff. So, but that's like the last of the great radio announcers because Bob Cole retired like 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And Rick Jenneret,
I don't know who that
is
is.
he still doing Buffalo? Really?
I don't know
Jenneret.
who Bob Cole
Yeah.
is.
Oh my.
I know Jenneret, but I don't know
we
Bob
just
Cole.
lost the entire Canadian audience.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron. But I think Jenneret's around. I don't know how many games he's still doing though.
Yeah, he still does Sabres games. Probably like the same deal that Mike Lange had with only home.
Yeah.
'Cause he's older
Yeah.
dude. So
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I don't know who does. I mean, unless you're in the car, does anybody listen to the games on radio? Like,
Nope.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Like I mean, I mute a lot of games. I may not listen to the radio feed, but I'll mute a lot of games.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Note
We got a
to
Caps fan here.
yeah. Notes to ESPN and Turner Sports.
Yeah.
Many people will listen to these games in silence.
Yeah. I will say this about Mike Lange though, not just for the memorable calls. Like I distinctly remember that voice. It goes to my childhood nostalgia thinking about the Penguins because like I remember hearing that voice from the back bedroom at my grandparents' house.
Oh.
Like I distinctly remember the TV on, hearing that voice calling play-by-plays when I go to like my grandmother and grandpa's house growing up. So like that, it was interesting.
That's
Like
pretty
hearing him
cool.
on the radio. That was like the first thing I thought. I'm like, I remember like always hearing that from the back room, and then running to the back to like sit by the TV because I wasn't allowed to sit on the chairs or anything because that's where like grandma grandpa sit. Like, I would always sit.
You're like the dog,
right in
not
front of
allowed
the
on the furniture.
Because they were always there. They're always in the chair. So like I would never take the chair. Like it was just like, you know.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't the dog. I mean, geez, like I'm housebroken and stuff.
They smack him in the newspaper.
Yeah, I know.
Get down.
Cody. Yeah. Down, Cody.
Be still, Cody.
That's right.
Be still.
But yeah, totally brought me back when I heard that, and I'm sure there's a lot of Penguins fans, and I'm sure like we were saying with Bob Cole, if you grew up in Buffalo, you know, Rick Jeanneret, those guys, like that's a special era in hockey that they held for a long time, and with new media and new platforms like that radio presence, even like the TV play-by-play, we're not, you know, we mute the games. You don't hear those kind of presence coming through your screen or radio anymore. You don't get it.
Yeah.
I muted the games a couple times and listened to Mike Lange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
great.
good. Yeah. It was usually when it was on like NSNBC or something like that. Or NBCSN, sorry.
Man, we're horrible.
Dude, I'm so tired.
Total dog shit.
Yeah. Whenever they had one of those announcers on that I didn't like, just mute them.
Literally all of them.
Well, we had talked about that before, haven't we? Where we would love to just have on ice audio.
Oh, yeah.
I would pay extra for that.
Just give us that. Yeah. Just give me that. ESPN Plus. If you're listening, please just give us that. That's all we want.
It's a game audio.
I know they have that audio. They physically have it. Like, just give me the crowd noise and the on ice mic. Like, that's all I want.
Like,
yeah.
Just give me that. If you're listening, ESPN,
or get Gary Thorne back.
Yeah, yeah, or Gary Thorne.
How do you guys feel that they're like hiring like Gretzky and Messier and stuff? Like, I feel like they're gonna be, I wouldn't say
boring.
Yeah,
they're gonna have the same canned responses.
Messier's a bland spaghetti dinner. Like, he is not gonna do anything.
Noodles with butter.
He was a great player. Noodles with butter. Like Gretzky, at least you get some of the meat sauce there. You know, like you can spruce up your spaghetti dinner a little bit. But I don't think Gretzky's going to be. Yeah.
No, no. Those guys are going to be boring as hell. They're going to be. They're going to be so safe. And there's going to be no depth to the analysis, and they're so far removed from the modern game that they can't relate. They can't relate to the current, generation of players and how the game is played now with all the rule differences and everything that goes on. Like it's completely different than what they played.
Yeah, and even in their own their own era, if you ask them to explain things, like I don't think Gretzky really can explain how he was such a good player. He just did it, and it was the right thing every time.
That's why
most of the time.
That's why he didn't make it. That's why he didn't make it as a coach.
Well, also didn't help the team he was coaching probably too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know, but
give Mike Babcock the lead, that team. He wouldn't have lasted as long as he did.
My dad has the Gretzky master class thing. He was showing me clips from it, and a lot of it is just him. It's not like him teaching you like, okay, this is how you play hockey and this is how you get as good as I was. It's more like, oh, this is how I was brought up. My dad. It's like a biography, basically, or autobiography,
right.
I guess. It's
which is meaningless because I mean somebody could be brought up the same way and it doesn't
work.
Not gonna change anything,
right?
It's not going to make them into a great player just by how they were raised or whatever. I don't know.
It's cool to watch him speak and like tell the stories about his dad and the pond and the rink and all that stuff, and playing up age levels and all those great things. But they're great stories, but I don't think, like you said, those great players are necessarily that good at actually teaching the game. That's a completely different skill in of itself, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They don't know why they're so good. They just know that this is what they should do through some innate gift that they have. And it's unteachable. You can't teach that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Even if they could tell you exactly what they were thinking, there's no way that they couldn't just teach somebody to be as good as they are. That's why those types of players are so good. It's because nobody can do what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, he's gonna be worthless as
boring.
An analyst.
It's gonna be boring. Like he'll draw. Gretzky will draw more casual viewers, right? Because of the name recognition. Everybody knows he's the greatest hockey player of all time, no matter if you've watched one game or 1,000 games. So that'll bring new people in, hopefully, and maybe that's the play with hiring him and having him part of the studio crew or whatever he's doing.
Right. It might be interesting to see the Gretzky and Messier combination. It used to be. I remember when Gretzky was coming to New York after they won the Cup. They were playing these commercials. It was like the theme song from The Odd Couple. And Messier, they're like on the street or whatever, and Messier like eats a banana and throws the peel down, and Gretzky picks it up and puts it in the trash can with like a disapproving look. Like, it is kind of funny.
I remember that because they were dressed in their gear, right?
Yeah, they're in their gear on the street and in their apartment or whatever.
Commercial, yeah.
So it might be interesting to see that dynamic, but I don't think that they're really going to bring too much in the way of analysis.
All right, we got to talk about sports betting and the racetrack. How much fun we're all
having. Yes.
You were at the track the other day, weren't you?
Yeah, so for the first time this past week, I went out to Charlestown, the local casino around here. It's been around forever, but they also have a horse racing track. And I actually was able to bet on the ponies for the first time in my life. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be. And you did see a few of those, what do we call them? Stereotypical program slappers, like they're the actual jockeys. Get up 7, get up 7, get up 7. Those guys.
Program jockeys, I like it.
Yeah. So first time I had a blast. I mean, it was kind of nice to be outdoors a little bit. I mean, something somewhat normal in this weird, kind of world we live in. But also visited the sports books on site, and I placed the Stanley Cup odds. On the Cup. So, I thought some were just downright disrespectful. Like, I was kind of like, I was texting you guys about it, and I was like, this is cool. For those of you keeping score at home, Seattle Kraken are plus 5,500 to win the Cup. It's better odds than the Sharks, the Nucks, the Ducks, the Devils. Got Florida at that. Arizona and Buffalo, I'm kind of like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, those two make sense. But the other ones...
New Jersey, though. New Jersey, like, they have some
They have
They
some
have
pieces.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just got their second Hughes.
Hughes
Hughes.
The Hugheses.
They got a pair of Hugheses now.
Well, it was
they completed their Hughes pair.
it was the year of the brother in the draft. So like
And the expansion draft, both Flurries went too.
If you it was kind of like our fantasy draft. Like if you had one of the brothers on your team already, you had to draft the other brother.
Actually, maybe this year we'll make that you have to draft a brother, a tandem of brothers.
The two. Yeah, the two.
Yeah. Draft a tandem of brothers. But did place long shot odds on the Knights at plus 650, the Leafs at plus 1400.
I love that
one. The Jets at plus 4,000 to win the Cup. The Jets one, I really thought was a little bit of disrespect too. Like, Philly and Dallas were ahead of them, and with Florida, Carolina, I just and Edmonton too.
I know.
Like
we're not talking about
plus 2,500, which like they have Draisaitl and McDavid. I get it, but they still have Mike Smith. Like, I'm confused how that's gonna work out for him. But yeah,
I love Toronto at 1,400.
I think that's good money.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
That's good money.
Yeah,
the Colorado at plus 500. I understand why they're the favorite, but that just doesn't speak to me. I don't think.
Well,
I don't think about
Carolina though.
So bad, but
Carolina's at plus 2,000, right next to the Maple Leafs, and up there with the Islanders and the Panthers. I'm looking at the copy of your program.
Something a bunch of people are going to put juice on, and they know the house is going to win on that one. That's all they're doing. that's not a.
Those are money maker odds right there.
That's not a sneaky pick. I think. I believe actually, like we were saying, Eric too. Like just for plus 1,400, like team that's like around the cusp of doing a lot of good things with a young talent. Well, knock on wood, Jack Campbell looks like the guy, and they let Freddie walk. So
I like Jack.
Yeah, man.
American goalie.
America.
Yeah. They're going to be led by two Americans, Matthews and Jack Campbell.
Playing for Canada's team.
Yeah. So when are we going to the track?
I'm down to go again.
We got to wear our finest. We got to wear our finest Goodwill blazers.
Nah, you could get away with some Wranglers and some denim shirts. You'll be fine. It'll be great.
Canadian tuxedo.
That's right. So they had outdoor seating at the track. With a few tables you could sit at. So people are bringing in food, whatever. But they did have like a little, kind of a little pizza place there. $48 for a large pie. That's crazy.
What?
I would never pay those prices.
$48?
Wait, whoa, man!
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there a few times, and the food is not that expensive.
Oh, it was this week.
Oh man!
Oh yeah.
They must be.
There's only like 10 slices in a pizza.
Do they have
$5
gold
a slice?
They have gold flakes on it or something?
Gold flakes.
Yeah, gold.
Yeah, isn't
what's like Goldschlager? Yeah.
What's the show on Vice? Most Expensivest. Who does that again? Who does
2
that?
Chains.
2 Chains.
He's gonna go to Charles to try the pizza. This is expensive pizza.
This is a $48 pizza. It's got like Wagyu beef meatballs on it.
Truffles. Yeah, like British truffles or something.
Better have filet mignon or something. Jesus.
I'm totally in for going down to the track again. That was a good experience. Like it was nice. It was interesting. I, set aside your gambling preferences, but it was a good time.
It's fun, man. My wife and I used to go a lot when we were younger and no child. Actually, before we were married, I think we used to go a lot, and
Nice.
it was a good time. Like, just put a couple bucks here and there on a horse on a race based on a name.
The one we said we all liked, Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah,
My boy.
Rumpelstiltskin. Find the wackiest name, the funniest name. Put a couple bucks on that one.
Aaron had a horse in it. He didn't tell anybody. Apparently, he's a horse trainer on the side. Like,
I guess so. Yeah.
Aaron's tap. Aaron Michaels and Bob Baffert both suspended from horse racing indefinitely.
Have you guys seen what's been coming out about Nate MacKinnon lately?
Oh, he's a psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
He really, really likes chickpeas.
Falafel guy.
Huge falafel guy.
Huge falafel guy.
Big hummus guy.
Yeah, massive hummus dude.
I mean, I like hummus too, but he's like,
yeah, I mean, that stuff's good.
Being belligerent about it with his teammates.
He's yelling at people.
I think we were talking in the group text, like, he just walks by a locker room and sees somebody eating something that they shouldn't be eating. He just goes over and like smacks it out of their hand, and yells at
them. He wants to be the best. Yeah. He wants to win the cup. He's demanding. It's like MJ in The Last Dance when he was like, I'm not saying everybody could do the same things that I do, but maybe you should try. And and then we'll win, right? Like, come on the journey with me. He is, but some of that stuff's a little psychotic.
Yeah,
a little bit.
And then the Zadorov interview stuff, where I guess it all came out. Like, forget all the crazy diet stuff. All the elite players do crazy diet stuff. I'm sure Sid,
he's forcing the team to do the crazy diet too.
Yeah, right.
It's real clean, right? Like it's that. It's like walking in the room and telling guys like, no more sugar, no more this, no more that, no more, whatever. And if you're not with me, I'm just gonna scream at you and like all that kind of stuff. Like, all right,
don't give him a bad pass, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was gonna get there. Get there, but. Thick Boy is basically the dietitian from hell. He's just all over those dudes. But forget all that. The last in that the image of whatever, it was like a screenshot I sent you guys, right? The last bullet in it, Zadorov is like, if you miss a pass in practice, MacKinnon is going to come over and just scream at you. And like you have to make every pass tape to tape. Like, And
what did he say? He was like, yeah, they'd be doing a drill, and if your pass was like 15 centimeters in front of his blade, then he wouldn't move his stick.
He wouldn't even try to get it. He wouldn't even try.
He'd just wait for you to send him another.
Which sounded really familiar.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That has happened before.
Yeah, we all played beer league with a gentleman who, if the puck wasn't in the vicinity, they would yell and scream at you.
Yep.
It wasn't in the vicinity.
Is that the same person that you dump it, you chase it?
Yep. You dump it, you chase it. Same dude.
You dump it, you chase it.
Yeah, that was when Riggs and I started playing together. I played D Riggs. Him and I were D partners. And this is when I was 18, school playing with him. And I'd make these breakout passes to him. And they were like, not always 100% perfect. But Riggs knows, like, I can put, in an area, like, you can catch it. I'm not throwing, like, these grenades to people's feet. And every time he would miss it and he'd turn and yell at me. And finally, like, this was game 3 out of a 12-game summer season. And I just started yelling, like, oh, sorry, I wasn't in the vicinity there, bud. Like, just started yelling at him. Like, and so everyone from then on just said, like, if it's not in the vicinity, he's like, midway through the season, that was that other jam. It was like a penalty kill or something. I threw the puck in, and he just went for a change. He goes, next time you dump it, you chase it. Like, he didn't.
Yeah, you dump it, you chase it.
You chase it. Yeah.
All right, so like Nathan MacKinnon, we all love watching Nathan MacKinnon, right? So as much as all this stuff sounds bad, right? I'm gonna say something. There is a saying in hockey, right, that you can never give a bad pass to a good player. So, you know, maybe Nate Dogg needs to dial it back a little bit on passes
just
and
a little bit. I think back to that video clip of Aaron passing it to you.
Yep.
And I'm like, what if Rigsby just went over, just fucking started going off on him?
No, I was just gonna let him keep trying until it worked.
No, you didn't. You weren't gonna let me. You gave me 2 chances.
I gave you 2 tries, and then I skated away from the spot that I stood at for like 5 minutes.
He was standing stock still. I passed it. It was 5 feet away from him. I'm standing still too.
It was a stick. It was probably the stick.
No, it was the stick. It was too light.
Exactly.
Stick was too light.
Too light. Too whippy. Too whippy.
Way too whippy. Yeah. That's why my pass went 5 feet wide.
Twice.
Twice. It wasn't even like, oh, I went 5 feet wide to the right and then went 5 feet wide to the left. No, it was 5 feet wide to the right both times.
Well,
Same place. At least I was consistent.
Scientifically, it probably was the equipment then.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that.
I hope you save that clip on Live Barn as like one of your favorites.
I downloaded it somewhere. We might have to post it.
I'll have to put that on the Discord. Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for episode 52. 52. 1 a week for a year. Just going to give ourselves a little pat on the back there. Also, some pats on the back to our supporters on Patreon, supporters who've been listening to us from the beginning or picked up along the way. We're so thankful for you. And to all the folks in Discord that are contributing to us and giving us information and ideas and stuff to talk about every week. Thank you too as well. So next week we'll get started on year number 2. We're not going anywhere. We're going to keep this going till we don't, whenever that is, but it's no time soon. We're having too much fun doing it, so we're going to keep at it. And on that note, we'll keep at it next week. See y'all then. And thanks for listening.